What do I do if my hydraulic brakes feel mushy? So if you have hydraulic disc brakes on your bike, sometimes you'll pull this lever and it will just feel kind of mushy. It doesn't feel like it has a solid spot where it stops, kind of like that. You might feel it and it kind of is just mushy and it doesn't feel like it does what it needs to do. Most of the time what that means is you have air inside of the lines. Obviously you have a big hydraulic line for the front and the rear that runs all the way from the lever to the caliper. So obviously the rear brake is going to be the one that has more of the problems on that. It's the harder one to bleed all of the air out. And that's just because your hose is all the way from here, runs all the way through the frame, all the way to the back wheel, and then it ends at the caliper. So it's a much longer straight form here versus your front. Realistically, it's just straight up and down from where your lever is. There's just a hose that goes down straight there. Air gets bled out of there very easily. Not quite as easy with the rear brake, so it's very common that it happens. If it does happen, you can start off by trying to do a lever bleed, and that's pretty much removing the bleed screw right up here, putting the cup on here, and putting some fluid in there and trying to burp the lever. I'm pulling the lever a few times. That's going to be your start for that. Try and get some air out of it. If that doesn't help, you're probably going to have to bleed your brakes all the way. But at least trying that lever bleed is a lot simpler, and sometimes it can make or break and make your lever feel a lot better. So very common. It does happen with hydraulic brakes where sometimes there's air in there. If it happens continually and you find that it keeps on doing it over and over again, you probably have some sort of leak in the hydraulic system somewhere. Whether that's a little bit of a piston seal around the piston or a leak in the line, whatever that is, leak around one of the fittings, you probably have some sort of leak. You're going to want to look into that.